Shiesty's mama just said it on live that Gucci Mane finessed her son out of $25 million.
Hold up. Did that just happen? Pooh Shiesty's mom just went full scorched earth on live, and the entire internet is losing its mind right now. One minute she's in the car vibing like it's just another day. The next she's dropping bombshells that have everyone asking the same jaw-dropping question. Did Gucci Mane really finesse her son out of $25 million while Pooh was sitting in a federal prison cell? According to multiple sources close to the situation who spoke on condition of anonymity, while Pooh Shiesty was locked up serving time on that federal gun charge, his music was still blowing up, streams, playlists, merch, the whole catalog, allegedly generating serious money. But the claim making the rounds is that not a single dime supposedly made its way to Pooh or his family. No checks, no wires. Not even a "we got you" text. Let that sink in for a second. You're in prison. Your name is still printing money for the label. And the man who signed you is the same one people are now pointing fingers at? And right now the timing couldn't be more explosive. Fresh details from that wild Dallas studio situation have supposedly surfaced. Clips are spreading like wildfire. Screenshots are everywhere. And the one question dominating every comment section is this: who exactly felt comfortable moving like that with one of the hottest artists in the game? And more importantly, what really went down behind the scenes? Buckle up, because what started as a family Facebook Live has officially exploded into full-blown mainstream chaos in under 24 hours. The streets are talking, the industry is watching, and Pooh Shiesty's mom is not holding back. If you're already feeling that mix of shock, curiosity, and I need to know more, drop your very first reaction in the comments right now. Because trust me, this story is only getting started, and it's about to get very, very spicy. And that's exactly why this whole situation has the rap world and the internet in absolute chaos right now. Because what started as a simple family Facebook Live has turned into one of the wildest music industry stories of the year. Let's be real for a second. Pooh Shiesty, born Lontrell Donnell Williams Jr., came out of Memphis like a storm in 2019. Dropping Hell Night as a complete independent artist with zero label backing, no big cosign, just pure raw energy and that icy delivery that made the streets stop and pay attention. His sound was different. It hit different. And it didn't take long for the industry to notice. By 2020, Gucci Mane, the legend, the trap godfather, the man who built 1017 records and put artists like Young Thug on the map, came calling. For a young rapper from Memphis with street credibility but no major machine behind him, that phone call felt like the golden ticket. Gucci didn't just bring industry connections. He brought Atlantic Records distribution, marketing power, playlist placement, and that street respect that can't be bought. Pooh Shiesty signed with 1017 Records, and they dropped the collab Still Together to announce it to the world. On that track, Pooh was shouting out the relationship like it was real brotherhood. For a moment, it looked like the perfect match. Fast forward to 2021 and Pooh Shiesty was having one of the craziest runs in rap. Back in Blood with Lil Durk became a certified smash hit. His mixtape Shiesty Season debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200, and Lock Said went straight to number 1. Features were stacking up, brand deals were circling, and it felt like he was on the fast track to genuine superstardom. The momentum was unreal. Then everything changed. In 2021, federal authorities arrested Pooh Shiesty on conspiracy charges tied to an incident at a Florida strip club. Prosecutors painted a picture of a gambling dispute that turned violent, with someone getting shot. Pooh maintained he wasn't the shooter, but he still ended up pleading guilty to federal firearms conspiracy and received a sentence of 5 years and 3 months. He ended up serving roughly 3 years before being released in October 2025. While he was locked up, the music world kept spinning. Streams didn't stop. Playlists kept playing Back in Blood. His name was still being used for promotion. According to various online discussions and people close to the situation who spoke on condition of anonymity, the catalog was allegedly still generating significant revenue for the label. But here's where the story takes a turn that has everyone talking. Pooh Shiesty's mother, Gladys Baines, went live on Facebook recently, and the energy was something else. She was in the car, unbothered, with Pooh's music playing in the background, and one of the women with her flipped the camera off with zero explanation. Then she started posting on her page scriptures, prayer emojis, captions like "Power in the name Jesus," "My ears ringing," and blocking anyone she felt was hating. A lot of people interpreted those posts and that live as her way of signaling that her son had been seriously wronged while he was incarcerated. The claim that started circulating heavily is that while Pooh was behind bars, the label allegedly made somewhere around $24 to $25 million off his music, streams, and brand. But according to the family's side of the story, none of that money supposedly made its way to him or his family. No support, no commissary money, no updates, nothing. Whether the exact number is precise or not, the core narrative has taken on a life of its own across social media. Charleston White, who loves jumping into these street conversations, went on Aiden Ross' stream and broke down what he claimed was happening. He alleged that Gucci Mane's operation made serious money from 2017 while Pooh was locked up and that Pooh didn't see any of it. Love him or hate him, when Charleston talks, people listen. And this time the internet ran with it. Now add the next chapter that turned everything cinematic. After Pooh came home, he dropped a new single called FDO, and it was clear he was trying to get back to business. Reports started circulating that Yo Gotti and CMG were showing serious interest in working with him. But there was one big problem. Pooh was still technically tied to 1017 records, and according to sources, releasing him wasn't happening easily. Then came January 10, 2026 in Dallas, Texas. What was supposed to be a routine studio business meeting allegedly turned into something much more intense. According to federal documents, Pooh Shiesty showed up with a group, including his father and fellow artist Big 30. Things reportedly escalated quickly. The story making the rounds is that contract termination papers were put in front of Gucci Mane, and he was allegedly pressured to sign them on the spot. Big 30 supposedly filmed parts of the meeting on his phone. Other people in the studio allegedly had their jewelry, watches, and belongings taken during the chaos. The feds didn't waste time. By April 2026, the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Northern District of Texas announced federal charges against 9 individuals, including Pooh Shiesty, his father Lantrell Williams Sr., and Big 30. The charges include serious allegations of kidnapping and armed robbery. Pooh is being described in some court papers as the central figure in what prosecutors call a coordinated act. This is where the scandal gets its real heat. On one side, you have a young artist who blew up fast, went to prison, came home trying to rebuild, and now finds himself facing potentially life-changing federal consequences. On the other side, you have Gucci Mane, a veteran who has seen every side of the industry, survived his own legal battles, and built a label that launched multiple careers. The contrast is wild. Pooh's mom is out here posting middle fingers and prayers while her son sits in custody. Gucci Mane has stayed relatively quiet publicly, but the streets and the internet are picking sides and throwing theories left and right. What makes this situation so juicy is how it taps into something much bigger than just one artist and one label. It's shining a light on what allegedly happens to rappers when they get locked up. Does the money stop flowing? Who's watching the royalties? Who's making sure the artist still has a voice even when he's behind bars? These are the kinds of questions that have creators, lawyers, and fans debating non-stop. And the optics? Brutal. Pooh was still on home confinement with an ankle monitor when this Dallas situation allegedly went down. That little detail alone has turned the whole story into something that feels like a movie script. Except this one comes with real federal indictments and the possibility of serious time. The rap game has always had its share of messy label stories, but this one hits different because it involves 2 generations. The old guard in Gucci Mane and the new wave in Pooh Shiesty. Add in family involvement, viral mom moments, celebrity reactions from Rick Ross and 50 Cent, and you've got a perfect storm that nobody can look away from. Right now, the internet is split. Some people are calling it a clear case of street justice after alleged disrespect. Others are saying no amount of money excuses what went down in that studio. And a whole lot of folks are somewhere in the middle, curious about the money, shocked by the violence, and waiting to see how the courts sort it all out. This scandal has layers. It has drama. And it has the kind of controversy that keeps people refreshing their timelines at 3 a.m. This scandal has layers. It has drama. And it has the kind of controversy that keeps people refreshing their timelines at 3 a.m. And the more people dig, the wilder the stories get. According to various online threads and anonymous sources who claim to have insight into the music business side of things, while Pooh Shiesty was serving his time in federal prison, his music catalog was allegedly still working overtime. Back in Blood kept popping up on playlists, streams were rolling in, and his name was being used for promotional pushes. One anonymous industry insider who spoke on condition of anonymity put it like this: when an artist blows up that fast and then gets locked up, the machine doesn't stop. The money keeps moving, but the artist can't always see where it's going. That's the part that seems to have hit a nerve with Pooh's family. Gladys Baines, Pooh Shiesty's mother, didn't hold a formal press conference or release a long statement through lawyers. Instead, she went live on Facebook for just over a minute, sitting in the car with Pooh's track Shiesty Summer playing in the background. The energy was unbothered, almost defiant. One of the women with her casually flipped the camera the middle finger. No words needed. Then came the Facebook posts, prayer emojis, power in the name Jesus, my ears ringing, keep talking, and blocking anyone she felt was coming at her son. A lot of people read those posts as her quiet way of saying her son had been done wrong while he couldn't defend himself. The number that really set the internet on fire was the alleged $24 to $25 million. Whether that figure is exact or exaggerated, it spread like wildfire after Charleston White broke it down on Aiden Ross' stream. He claimed Gucci Mane's 1017 operation made serious money off Pooh's brand while he was locked up and that Pooh didn't see any of it. Suddenly comment sections were flooded with people asking the same sarcastic question. So the artist goes to prison and the label keeps eating. That's the business model now. Public reactions have been all over the place, and that's what makes this story so entertaining to watch unfold. On one side, you have loyal fans defending Pooh Shiesty, saying he came home from prison trying to get his career back on track and ran into a wall with his old label. Memes started popping up comparing the situation to every shady record deal story from the last 20 years. One popular comment read, "They sign you when you're hot, lock you in, then act surprised when the streets handle what the lawyers won't." The humor was dark, but it was flowing. On the flip side, plenty of voices pushed back hard. People pointed out that no matter what happened with the money, pulling up to a studio with a group and allegedly turning a business meeting into something much more intense was never going to end well. There's a difference between feeling disrespected and making federal kidnapping charges the answer, one viral take said. Others joked that Pooh went from Shiesty season to Shiesty situation real quick. Then the celebrity reaction started rolling in, and they added even more fuel. Rick Ross kept it measured but direct. He said Gucci Mane definitely didn't deserve what allegedly went down and that he didn't want to see Pooh Shiesty in this kind of trouble. Ross even revealed he had jumped on a three-way call with both Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane trying to broker some peace behind the scenes. "You got to be educated and understand the business," he added, a subtle reminder that street moves and label contracts don't always mix well. 50 Cent, never one to stay quiet when drama hits the rap game, jumped in with his signature energy. He reacted to claims that Gucci Mane may have cooperated with authorities, basically labeling it snitch behavior in his own colorful way. As usual, 50 turned it into entertainment while still touching on street code that a lot of people still respect. Big 30's lawyer, Arthur Horn, stepped up and called the charges against his client shocking. He pointed out that Big 30 had no prior criminal history and that he and Pooh came up together. "Don't pass judgment before all the facts come out," he urged the public. Meanwhile, Pooh's own legal team, including Bradford Cohen, told TMZ they had already spotted what they called inconsistencies in the indictment that would be addressed in court. Another attorney, John Helms, told the Dallas Morning News that in this business, things are very often not what they seem and people's motivations run deeper than the surface. The internet, of course, didn't wait for court dates. Compilation clips of Pooh's rise, his prison stint, the Dallas incident details, and Gladys Bain's viral live started getting millions of views. People were doing side-by-side comparisons, Pooh smiling in old music videos versus the serious federal charges now hanging over him. Memes about the ankle monitor went crazy because yes, Pooh was still on home confinement with an electronic monitor when the studio situation allegedly happened. One funny but savage post said, "Bro had GPS on his leg and still thought he was in a music video heist." Anonymous sources claiming to know the label side of things painted a different picture. Some suggested that standard recording contracts often include heavy recoupment periods, advances, and complex royalty structures that can make it hard to see immediate money, especially when an artist is incarcerated and can't actively promote. One supposed former label employee said sarcastically, "Prison doesn't pause the contract. It just pauses the artist." Whether that's fair or cold business depends on who you ask. What's really fascinating is how this story stopped being just about Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. It became a larger conversation about artist exploitation in the music industry. People started digging into other stories of rappers who blew up, got locked up, and allegedly watched their catalogs make money while they sat in cells with limited ways to fight back. Questions flew around. Who audits the streams when the artist can't? What protections exist in contracts for situations like incarceration? Why do so many deals seem to favor the label even when the artist is the one bringing the heat? The sarcasm in the comments was next level. One user wrote, "They call it 360 deals, but it feels more like 360 ways to keep the artist broke." Another joked, Pooh went from back in blood to back in court real quick. Even Asian Doll got pulled into the conversation when fans tried linking one of her old tweets, and she shut it down with one of the sharpest clapbacks of the week. Through all the noise, one thing became crystal clear. This situation tapped into deep frustrations that a lot of up-and-coming artists and fans have been feeling for years. The speed of Pooh's rise, the sudden stop when the feds came, the alleged silence during his bid, and then the dramatic studio moment all combined to create a perfect viral storm. And right now, the public is split between those who see it as a cautionary tale about mixing street code with music business and those who see it as another example of how the industry can chew artists up and spit them out when things get complicated. The drama is far from over. New details keep leaking, more reactions keep coming, and the pressure on everyone involved keeps building with every passing day. The drama is far from over. New details keep leaking, more reactions keep coming, and the pressure on everyone involved keeps building with every passing day. And now the real consequences are starting to show. According to federal court updates, Pooh Shiesty, his father Lantrell Williams Sr., and Big 30 are all facing serious charges including kidnapping and armed robbery in the Northern District of Texas. Prosecutors have described the Dallas studio incident as a coordinated act, and the language they're using suggests they're treating it as a major case. If things go the wrong way in court, life in prison is reportedly on the table for some of the defendants. That's the kind of weight that turns a music industry dispute into something that can change lives forever. Pooh Shiesty's father is currently out on a $250,000 bond but under strict house arrest conditions, only allowed to travel to and from court dates with electronic monitoring. Big 30 remains in custody, and one defendant is still at large. The ankle monitor data from Pooh's home confinement has reportedly become a key piece of evidence, which adds an extra layer of irony to the whole situation. The feds basically had GPS tracking on him the entire time. The public backlash has been intense and split right down the middle. Some fans are showing support with hashtags and prayer posts, arguing that Pooh came home from prison trying to fix his situation the only way he knew how after allegedly feeling disrespected on money matters. Others are shaking their heads, saying no amount of frustration justifies turning a business meeting into what prosecutors are calling an armed takeover. The memes have been merciless. One popular edit shows Pooh's Shiesty mask next to a federal indictment stamp with the caption "From Shiesty season to federal season." Financially, the ripple effects could get messy for everyone involved. Labels rely on artist catalogs continuing to generate revenue even when the artist is unavailable. If this case drags on and more negative headlines pile up, it could affect streaming numbers, playlist placements, and brand partnerships across the board. Some anonymous industry observers suggest that situations like this make other artists and their teams think twice before signing certain deals, especially ones with heavy recoupment clauses or long lock-in periods. On the legal front, both sides are gearing up for battle. Pooh's attorneys have already hinted at inconsistencies in the government's case and say they plan to challenge how the events in that Dallas studio are being portrayed. They argue that motivations in the music business are often more complicated than they appear on paper. Meanwhile, the U.S. Attorney's Office has been vocal, warning that using violence and intimidation to settle business disputes will be investigated and prosecuted aggressively. That public statement alone has sent a clear message across the industry. The feds are watching these kinds of situations closely. What's really interesting is how this story has sparked a much bigger conversation that goes way beyond Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. People are asking tough questions about artist contracts in hip-hop. When an artist gets locked up, what protections are actually in the paperwork? Who audits the royalties and streams while the artist can't speak for themselves? Why do so many deals seem to leave young rappers vulnerable once the spotlight moves on? According to some supposed former label executives who spoke anonymously, these are long-standing issues that rarely get fixed until something dramatic forces the conversation into the open. The humor in the middle of all this tension has been wild. Comedians and meme pages have turned the ankle monitor detail into comedy gold, joking about the world's most expensive Fitbit and how GPS couldn't stop the alleged chaos. Even some serious commentators couldn't resist sarcastic one-liners like "he went from back in blood to back in bond real quick." That mix of dark humor and genuine concern is exactly what keeps the story trending day after day. Celebrity voices continue to weigh in and add more layers. Rick Ross tried to play peacemaker earlier, but the situation escalated anyway. 50 Cent brought his usual fire, turning the alleged cooperation angle into headline material. Meanwhile, supporters of both sides are digging into old interviews, contract rumors, and label histories, trying to piece together who really holds the power when money starts flowing and artists get sidelined. For Pooh Shiesty personally, the fallout is heavy. He went from dropping new music and looking at potential new deals with heavy hitters like Yo Gotti to sitting in a Dallas facility facing life-altering charges. His mother's viral lives and posts keep the family's perspective alive in the public eye, but they also keep the emotional side of the story front and center. Some see her as a mother fighting for her son. Others see the posts as adding fuel to an already chaotic narrative. This entire situation is exposing cracks in how the music industry handles success, setbacks, and incarceration. It's forcing people to look at the fine print of recording contracts and ask whether the current system truly protects the artists who generate the revenue. At the same time, it's a stark reminder that street solutions to business problems almost always end up creating bigger problems with federal authorities. The optics are tough for the defense. The timing, the group involvement, the social media posts showing alleged stolen items, and that ankle monitor data all make for a narrative that's hard to soften. Still, lawyers on Pooh's side insist there's more context to the story and that the full picture will come out in court. Whether reasonable doubt can be created around the surveillance footage, phone records, or the exact events in that studio remains to be seen. Right now, the rap world is holding its breath. Every new court filing, every leaked detail, and every fresh reaction from big names keeps the story alive. Some predict this could lead to more artists demanding better contract protections and clearer language around what happens if they become unavailable due to legal issues. Others worry it might make labels even more cautious about signing artists with street backgrounds. In the end, this case is becoming a mirror for the entire industry. It shows how fast someone can rise, how quickly things can fall apart, and how the gap between street loyalty and corporate business can create explosive results. Whether you see Pooh Shiesty as a victim of bad deals or as someone who made a terrible choice under pressure, the consequences are real and they're going to follow everyone involved for a long time. The tension is building. The next court dates, new evidence, or surprise statements could shift everything. One thing is certain, the eyes of the rap game and the internet are locked on this story, and nobody is looking away anytime soon. So there you have it, the story that has the entire rap world and social media completely divided. Pooh Shiesty's mom going off on live and dropping those heavy claims about $25 million has turned a label dispute into one of the most talked about dramas of the year. What started as family frustration has snowballed into federal charges, viral memes, celebrity takes, and serious questions about how the music industry really works. This situation is bigger than just one artist and one label. It's shining a light on the messy reality behind the glitz, contracts, money flow, what happens when artists get locked up, and how quickly things can go from the studio to the courtroom. Whether you're team he got finessed or team no excuses for violence, the conversation needs to keep happening because these stories affect real careers and real futures. Now it's your turn. What do you think is really going on here? Do you believe the money claims are exaggerated internet talk or is there real smoke behind the fire? Was the Dallas studio situation a desperate move after feeling backed into a corner, or was it something that crossed the line no matter what? And the bigger question, should the music industry do more to protect artists when they face legal trouble, or is that just the risk you take when you live the fast life? Drop your honest take in the comments right now. Do you side with the family's frustration, or do you think everyone should have just handled it through lawyers? Are you Team Pooh, Team Gucci, or somewhere in the messy middle watching it all like a reality show? Hit that like button if you want more deep dives into these wild rap industry stories that nobody else is covering this raw. Share this video with anyone who loves hip-hop drama with a side of real talk. And if you haven't already, smash subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next court update or viral moment in this saga could drop any day, and we'll be breaking it down the second it does. This conversation is only getting louder, and the truth has a funny way of coming out when enough people start asking the right questions. Stay locked in, stay curious, and most importantly, stay watching. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, what's your take? Comment right now. Let's hear it.